Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba sitting in for Paul Harvey. Today, stand by for commentary. Well, Americans, here we are, starting the second week for most of us of social distancing. President Trump said 2 weeks of social distancing, didn't he? Or 15 days. Well, and the goal of social distancing was, according to Dr. Fauci, lower the curve. Well, have we lowered the curve yet? I don't think so. And he's going to find out that the curve doesn't lower. That's like taking the curve out of a roller coaster. Dr. Fauci, don't you know that a roller coaster needs curves? Life needs curves. You got to have your dips and your highs. And right now you're heading to your dip. You can't do anything about it. Now, this social distancing, it's supposed to help the healthcare system not get overboard. But look what you're doing on the social distancing. According to the governors and the president, and the governors of Georgia and New York and California specifically, Governor Kemp said when he did the distancing here, we want to close all restaurants, no dining in, uh, no people over 10 are allowed. You can go in and pick up your orders if you want to. You're still out there, by the way, so you can still drive if you can. Uh, Only the businesses that are essential to the government, i.e., water, telephone, uh, fire, police, and politicians, are allowed to go in and out. Okay? Oh, yeah, and don't forget caregivers to places like where I live here in Atherton Place. Now, speaking of that, you closed down the restaurants, you closed down the bars. Well, that was a good thing. But you still have people going out at night. You don't have police curfews. Some cities do, but most don't. Most states, you should have a statewide curfew, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., but they don't have that. Oh, by the way, yeah, and you're still selling guns, and your gun ranges are still open. Uh, and you're selling alcohol. Whatever happened to don't drink and drive? Don't you know that most American citizens don't drink at home? They go to bars, and if they can't, they drink in their cars or go to somebody's house and drink and then drive home drunk. So where is the uh, lowering the hospital stress? Because you still have shootings here in Atlanta every day. Shootings are still there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 killed. So where do they go? Emergency room over there. Police got to go over there, and people have to gunshot wounds. Try to save the guy if they can. If they can't, well, then you got paperwork. Really? So there's the police doing that instead of doing a curfew and keeping everybody at home. Then you go to the gun ranges and you still buy guns. Is guns essential to the protection of the populace? Really? Is it? So you see, if Mr. Paul Harvey was here, he would say the same thing. What the heck is going on here? Then the curve. You have to have a roller coaster, Dr. Fauci, President Trump, Vice President Pence. You're going to have people dying. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. What you needed to do is do testing to see how many have the virus, keep them in line, and keep going there. There's going to be people dying. You can't help it. Now, since you have this social distancing and say people that are elderly who live in places like Atherton Place, like I do with my wife, and Bubba, how about the people that come in for work? What have they done overnight? Some of them drink. Some of them have guns. Some of them, you don't know what their local thing is because you hire people that are not in the high esteem of things to work in these places. And that's not being condescending. That's being truthful. You can go to places like rehab places here that I know of. One of the places is Signature, across the street from where I live. There's a lot of poor people there that are a lot of issues, and they can't move. And now they're locked in. So they can't see their family members, and they can't see anybody. Can't talk to anybody. And the people who work there are the people who make C's and D's in nursing school and medicine, are the people that nobody wants. Yet they get hired there because, hey, it's old people. So that adds to the curve. You're not subtracting from the curve, Dr. Fauci. Do you see what I mean? You see the problems you got in your thing here? You're going to have a lot more deaths doing it this way. Anyway, this is your favorite alien and Bubba, sitting in for Paul Harvey. Good day.